All right, Dan, when you're driving down the road and the light turns yellow, do you have a tendency to hit the gas or hit the brake?
I keep going the same speed. I mean, that's what I do. I'm just being honest.
All
And if
right.
I don't think I can make it, then I put on the brakes. If I can make it, I just keep going.
All right. So I'm gonna pick on my wife a moment. The light turns yellow, and to her that's green, and that means drive faster.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
kind of the mentality. But it gets me thinking a little bit about how we view risk and taking risk in a sales conversation. So I know it's a bit of a crude analogy, but there are those people who tend to hit the gas, those people who tend to just go with the flow and hit the brake. And there's no right or wrong to that. I'm not trying to describe that, but there is a risk-taking element to a sales conversation. And I think too often salespeople play it safe.
Mhm.
They want to keep it in the pipeline. They want that mental side of, hey, I've got a robust pipeline, even though they really know in their heart of hearts. But can you talk about that risk-taking side in a sales conversation? And some people, I think, when I say that, they don't really even know what I mean necessarily. So if you can give a couple examples, that would really help too, I think.
Usually when salespeople's backs are up against the wall is when they really start to put the pedal to the metal, so to speak. So
Fair.
for example, I'm approaching the end of the month or the end of the quarter, my sales aren't there, I've got to bring in sales, how do I do this? And when that happens, we do stupid stuff. So,
Mhm.
for example, one of the things that happens is salespeople go, I need to make cold calls, which is the least effective way to grow your business. Why would you not go and ask for referrals? As an example, but
Yes.
because we get so emotionally involved, like I got to do something,
Yes.
or we look at all this stuff in our pipeline and we're thinking none of it's moving. So I'm going to start pressuring the prospect. Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom, boom, boom. Here's we got to solve all of this, and the easiest way is upfront contracts. Upfront contracts are all about a clearly defined next step. So, John, if you're a prospect and I'm meeting with you and you're going to be in my pipeline, I need to know exactly when I'm talking to you next and about what. So it needs to be in my calendar, it needs to be in your calendar. And then when I go to call you, if you don't answer, I'm leaving you a message, I'm sending you an email, I'm taking responsibility. Hey, maybe it's my fault. I'll
Yep.
follow up a couple more times, but if I don't keep hearing from you, you're done, right? Because why? Why would I keep wasting my
Why
time?
chase? Yeah.
Bingo. So I think part of it is as salespeople, we get so emotionally involved, and that means, well, they haven't told me no, so I
Yeah.
still have a chance. Whatever that movie was, remember what you mean? There's a chance, and so we fluff up our pipeline with all this garbage stuff. Take it out. And when you take it all out, you start to realize what the truth of the matter is. And then you go, okay, logically, not emotionally, what can I do to increase business here? And then start working on that.
Yeah. The other thing I think about in terms of sort of the risk side to the conversation, I think about the line you used where you gave the example of your meeting with an executive talking about the salespeople. He's giving you a bunch of information, and your response was, so I got to ask, did you hire him like this or did you make him this way? And that's an example of taking some risk. And you could get kicked out of the office by some, and others are going to go, all right, this person's a little different. They're going to call me out. They're not going to let me coast through. And I think that's another way of not having things ultimately linger,
Mhm.
because when you step out like that, people are going to be pretty hard on one side of the fence with how they
My
interact.
spine has as much steel in it as the security of my pipeline. Meaning, the more deals I
Yes.
have in my pipeline, the stronger my spine is. If
Yes.
you're my only deal, I'm bending over backwards to try to get this sale.
Yes.
If I have 15 others or 30 others or whatever the number is for you watching this, if you have that many really good deals going on, you don't really care what happens with this one.
No, no, you know, changes the whole way you approach things, and for the better.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. All right, everybody. See you again tomorrow.
Take care.